welcome to a special edition of Community Conversations. My name is Carrie Gray, and today we will feature in two segments two organizations that are doing the work and championing positive change in our community. Good Trouble Think Tank and A Father's Place, Prince George's County, a free federally funded program. As outlined in our areas of focus, inclusion is our goal at Prince George's County Memorial Library System. We strive to strengthen neighborhoods by embracing culture, inclusion, and social justice. Let's stay connected, get involved, and share this information presented today with the community. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marcia Quarles, and I am from the South Bowie Branch Library of the Prince George's County Memorial Library System. And welcome to our community conversation featuring a virtual think tank called Good Trouble. And we have with us today the founder of Good Trouble, Renee Clark. Now, since the passing of late Congressman John Lewis, residents from Maryland, Ohio, Virginia, Michigan, and the District of Columbia formed a think tank called Good Trouble. Good Trouble's mantra is get into good trouble to redeem the soul of our nation. Renee Clark, the founder of Good Trouble, is here today to tell us about her organization. Good evening, Renee. How are you?
Great, Marcia. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for this opportunity to tell you about Good Trouble, the good news, and the work that we're doing to honor the legacy of Congressman John R. Lewis.
Well, that's great. Can you tell us a little bit about the late Congressman John Lewis and how he inspires your work?
Sure. He was a House of Representative for the 5th Congressional District in Georgia. He was a civil rights pioneer, icon, legend, and he fought for our rights to vote. He, marched across the Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, just a legend and a giant to help us and to help protect our right to vote.
Yeah, we had the great opportunity of meeting him when he came to visit the Oxon Hill Library several times. So can you tell us a little bit about the mission of Good Trouble?
Great. The mission of Good Trouble is to seek change, justice, and equality for all. And so as a think tank, what we do is we collaborate, we brainstorm, and we look at some of the issues surrounding our community or things that are happening in the community. And with that, we brainstorm, we try to find solutions, and we like to work with our local politicians to help us to change the atmosphere, to change the policy and legislation in our county.
So Good Trouble expands into the District of Columbia and Maryland and 3 other states. What is it like working virtually to develop this program, especially during the pandemic?
Actually, it's been perfect. It's been just very effective because just think, you can get into good trouble without having to drive anywhere, without having to be in close contact with anyone. And people can just log onto their computer, dial into our Zoom calls, and to make a difference and to offer feedback and also constructive ideas that we can use as we try to fulfill our mission.
So tutoring and mentoring is a big part of your organization. How does it actually benefit the adults that you're working with, or the young adults that you're working with?
Yes. Actually, we've been partnering with a local tutoring and mentoring organization in Washington, D.C. called DC Tutoring and Mentoring. And with that partnership, we've been trying to identify organizations that will work with us to recruit teachers and mentors and tutors to help our young people, young people in high school, college, young adults in college, so that one of our main issues is to close the learning gap since the pandemic, we know that a lot of our students have fallen behind, and with mentoring and partnering with organizations, we hope to help excel or help advance our students who have lost that advantage from working or learning virtually opposed to being in a school building.
And some of your initiatives also include several initiatives, and one of them is why young adults should vote. So with many of our states creating laws to suppress the vote, why is it important, do you think, to educate our youth about the need to vote?
Yes, that's a great question. We actually sponsored a Why Vote contest, our first annual Why Vote contest for students ages 16 to 22. And we had a winner from our local high school, actually in Washington, D.C., Duke Ellington School of the Art. And her prize-winning image just tells us exactly why we should vote. We should vote for health care. We should vote for housing, for education, bills and legislation that are being passed impact our lives every day. So the importance to vote is so critical for our young people. And with some of the states passing some of the suppression bills, it's unfortunate because it just takes away some of the opportunities for some people to vote, especially some of the elderly who can't get out with some of the laws that are like shutting down some of the hours, some of the locations, and not making it so convenient for others.
And it's so important to vote on the local level. It's very, I'm getting a lot of background noise, but it's very important to vote on the local levels because this is where many of us, I think, are more impacted. You have some more initiatives, and one of them is de-escalation tools. Tell us about that.
Yes, the de-escalation tool was one of our first initiatives that we launched in the fall of 2020 because most of us have been seeing the news coverage where unarmed men, particularly unarmed Black men, are being pulled over by the police. And with the de-escalation tool, we hope that we can provide something that they could use or have in their car and vehicle that they can refer to if they're pulled over. We have 7 steps that we provide for them to have on their person so that when they get pulled over, they know exactly what to do to ensure that they go home safely and that law enforcement will also go home safely.
Yeah, that's an important conversation for us to have with our young men.
Yes.
And finances. I know you guys teach financial literacy. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, actually, we're going to propose what we call a life unit series of modules of learning webinars for our young adults. So as far as like, we might actually offer it to our middle schoolers and high schoolers, and perhaps even some college students. The modules will be one that will cover finances, housing, credit, mental health, mental wellness, all sorts of life skills that they may not have gotten at home or in school. And so we hope that we propose this life unit webinar series to the school system. We'd like to have it available for all young people in a virtual setting. Upon completion of these webinars, they will receive a certificate of completion, and we're hoping they will also get credit for volunteer hours through our local high school.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about some of your current activities?
Sure. We're so excited. We've reached out to the school system in Troy, Alabama, where Congressman John Lewis was from. And so we're trying to build a partnership there so we can adopt a local school there. We're also in touch with our local public school system here in Prince George's County, where we are also adopting a middle school. And so the purpose of adopting these schools is to actually offer some support and words of encouragement and incentives for our young people to keep pushing through and getting their proper education.
How can others get involved with the organization?
Sure, Good Trouble, we're open to more members from all over the world. What you can do is reach out to us through our website. The website address is get into the letter to Good Trouble. So that's GETN, the number 2, goodtrouble.com. Again, that's GET, the letter N, the number 2, goodtrouble.com. There's a contact us link where you can click on the link and send us your information, and we'll be delighted to have you join us on Sundays. We have our virtual meetings every Sunday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
And when you visit the website is absolutely gorgeous and very informative. You can get a lot of information there.
Thank
Renee,
you.
can you tell us a little bit more about how you fulfill your mission?
Yes, how we fulfill our mission, again, we just collaborate, we build teams, and we just come up with issues that are of concern. And we kind of list our agenda for the entire year. And each month we take a look at issues that we can work collectively to find a solution. And then we reach out to the necessary individuals or organizations that might be willing to partner with us or to help us see it through to resolve those issues.
Wow, this is such a fantastic organization. You guys are working so hard. But tell us a little bit more about yourself. Tell us more about Renee Clark. Who are you?
Sure. I am a Prince George's County resident all of my life. I graduated from Suitland High School. I'm not going to say what year that was, but I'm a proud Prince George's County resident. I'm a mother, a grandmother, and very active and involved in my grandchildren's um, activities. They're involved in sports, and they've been involved in the Boys and Girls Club in the county. I'm also a federal government employee. I work for the Department of Interior, where I work in the Office of Public Affairs.
And I also went to Bowie State University, so I love Prince George's County.
Yes.
So you guys are also getting into social media. Tell us about how that's working for you. What's your platform?
Yes, absolutely. So we have our social media platforms. We have a Twitter account, Get in Good Trouble. Our Instagram is Get into Good Trouble, just like the name of the website. And our Facebook is Get into INTO Good Trouble. So you can find a wealth of information on our social media platforms. What I've been trying to do is post a lot of information, historical information, Black history information, also just to highlight for Black History Month, we did a post every day for Black History Month to highlight and to show off our Black inventors for the entire month of Black History Month. So feel free to check out our social media platforms. You'll be so surprised at some of the inventions that you didn't know that were done by Black people of color.
Yeah, there's so many inventions that we've done. Also, you have a podcast coming up, right?
Yes, another great Good Trouble idea. We're going to get into Good Trouble and launch our podcast this June. And with the podcast, the purpose of the podcast is to educate our community. In educating the community, we'd like to pretty much kind of teach the community about the legislative process. I hope to have our local council members and other local leaders to come on the podcast to talk about their agenda, maybe some future candidates for our primary election, which will be held in June of 2022. And so we'll be inviting our local politicians, our local leaders, candidates for the primary election, local residents, or anyone that's getting into good trouble, anyone that's doing good in the community.
So how is Good Trouble celebrating Juneteenth?
Glad you asked. So we're excited to attend the Juneteenth celebration. It's going to be in Annapolis, Maryland on June 19th. The flyer will be posted to our website. It's free to attend. And there are other celebrations my team members might decide to do, but for right now, we've kind of voted on going to the event in Annapolis. We have our ears and eyes open to other things that might be here in Prince George's County.
That's awesome. So Renee, why don't you recap? I know I've asked you a lot of questions and you're probably going to repeat some of the same things, but just recap one more time for us and tell us why we should get involved with Good Trouble.
Sure, I tell you, we can no longer sit back and wait on other people to meet our needs. We can no longer shake our heads and just not do our part to lend a helping hand, to get involved, to make the change. We have to come together. We have to identify those things. After we identify those issues, we need to put those people in place, legislators, politicians in place to meet our agenda. And we have to do this together. So we have to vote, to use our voice. We have to get connected in the community. We have to start being aware of what's happening in our local communities.
Yeah.
And know who our politicians are, who are writing those bills and writing legislation for us.
Yeah, so much happens on the local level. Everyone wants to vote in the presidential elections, but you know, it happens at the local level. We are truly affected by our politicians right here in our direct areas. So
Yes.
tell us your website again.
Sure. The website is GET, the letter N, the number 2, goodtrouble.com. You can also email us at getintogoodtrouble@yahoo.com.
So thank you so much, Renee. Everyone, please go to the website because, like I said again, it is fabulous and it's very, very informative. I want to thank you so much for coming and talking to us this evening. We've learned so much about this organization, and I hope people go out and join and participate and want to get involved. So you can also visit us at pgcmls.info for more information about our future programs and to visit Renee at www.getintogoodtrouble.com to learn more about her organization as well. So thank you. Thank you so much
for
talking
having
with us.
me. I'm excited and look forward to everyone who's watching today. Please reach out to us. We need a lot of folks to get into good trouble with us. So I'm excited.
Yeah, you are inspiration, especially inspired by late Congressman John Lewis. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Community Conversations. My name is Carrie Gray. I am the Adult and Senior Services Specialist for Prince George's County Memorial Library System. Today, we will feature A Father's Place, a free federally funded community program. Today, I have with me Ariel Ventura Lazo and Fariha Kayum. Welcome, you guys.
Hello, thanks Carrie for having us.
Thank you.
You are welcome, no problem. So let me tell everyone a little bit about you and you just read a little bit of your bio. Ariel Ventura Lazo is a program coach at Father's Place, Prince George's County. He co-facilitates workshops structured to promote a safe place for fathers that encompasses a peer-to-peer learning environment where they enhance their parenting and relationship building skills, as well as self-nurturing skills. Ariel joined AFPPGC because of his drive and passion for fatherhood. Previously working with young fathers ages 16 to 24 with the Virginia Department of Health's Family and Fatherhood Initiative, he led group facilitations, mentored fathers, and worked one-on-one with them to help tackle barriers to successful parenting relationships and co-parenting navigation. He is also a longtime advocate for parents in college, working with multiple organizations like the Aspen Institute and Annie E. Casey Foundation to empower parents to pursue a post-secondary education, experiencing firsthand the impact it has made for his family. So welcome again, Ariel. And now a little bit of information about Fariha Kayum. Fariha is a program coach at Father's Place, Prince George's County. She co-facilitates a group-based workshops for fathers in the community who are interested in strengthening their relationship and parenting skills. Fariha also provides one-on-one services to help fathers apply the skills attained into their own lives through the development of personalized individual plan. Fariha joined AFPPGC after completing her Bachelor of Science in Family Science from the University of Maryland College Park. She has previously served with AmeriCorps to support Baltimore City youth who were at risk of being chronically absent in school. Working directly with families, Fariha provided case management supports and assisted with reducing barriers that prevented families from achieving optimal health and well-being. Her ultimate passion is to empower everyday people and serve as an advocate in communities that are often overlooked. So welcome,
Thank you.
Fariha. So we have two very accomplished people working in the community, and I thank you all for taking this time out to get the word out about Father's Place. Now, can you tell me about A Father's Place, Prince George's County? What was the origin of the agency? What is your mission?
Sure. Well, Carrie, and thank you so much for having us on your platform and allowing us to share a little bit about what it is that we do and who we are. So we are a program actually under the agency, under a nonprofit organization called One World Center for Autism. I'll tell you a little bit about how we started or kind of how we formed. There is this federal initiative called Healthy Marriage and Responsible Fatherhood. And each year they provide, they give out $150 million in grants and research to promote responsible parenting, strengthening families, and improving family economic stability. So this initiative started in 2006, and organizations from all over the country kind of compete for this pool of money so they can bring home these life-changing services to their communities and reach the families that that need the most support. So we entered the race and won, and were awarded the funding in September of last year, September of 2020. So we're actually able to bring the very first responsible fatherhood program to Prince George's County, and we're so excited to be doing that. And A Father's Place, Prince George's County, is exactly what it sounds like. It's a place for fathers to find each other and find themselves and connect and form meaningful bonds with other men so that they don't feel alone in their fatherhood journey. And we help them through that. Father's Place, Prince George's County's mission is to promote fathers as the essential component in strengthening families, communities, and society. And Carrie, and we do that by providing high impact services that advance, support, and enhance responsible fatherhood in Prince George's County.
Thank you for that. Wow. Okay, so we have a first, and you're still a fairly new organization as well. So hopefully we can drive some attention
Yes.
to people to connecting with you all. So my next question is, what kind of programs and services do you all offer?
So we are a program, Carrie, that offer a multitude of services. Some of those services are skill-based and evidence-based training in relationships and parenting. We focus on healthy relationships and nurturing parenting. We also do have a component of economic stability within our cohort. Well-being and self-care is another important service that we do provide, because we know that in this day and age, we have to be cognizant that in some cultures, many people, men particularly, have been taught differently, being tough, show no emotions. And so we work with fathers in that aspect as well. We also offer financial literacy by offering access to Dave Ramsey's Ramsey Plus, which offers financial tools to take control of your money and reach your financial goals as well. We also work closely with the fathers by coaching them in using IDP. And an IDP is an individual development plan, which we work one-on-one with the fathers to create at the beginning of the program. And it's an active and living document that we revisit throughout the program to track their progress and make sure that we're on track to reach their goals as well. We also, our services specifically, Fariha was talking about, our cohort a little bit, and that basically is comprised of 50 hours of right now. Currently, we had to keep in mind that we were awarded that grant in September of last year in the midst of a pandemic. So we kind of constructed it to be virtual. So it is virtual right now, and it's divided into 5 weeks of those skill-based trainings.
Okay, that's what I was going to go next. I was like, how long is the program? So you said it's about 5 weeks.
It is 5 weeks, yes. And it currently right now, we're always working adamantly to be as flexible as we can for the fathers. So if it comes to customization, we will customize to make sure that we meet the fathers where they can be. So right now, the current cohort is 5 weeks, Tuesday through Friday, from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. And that cohort just ended. This upcoming cohort that starts tomorrow, June 8th, is from 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. So it is 2.5 hours a week, 4 days a week for 5 weeks.
Okay. And so have y'all had y'all first cohort already? Or you've had a couple? Okay.
Yes, we have completed our first cohort, and we have graduate fathers already. So we are very excited and thrilled about that.
Okay. And just curious if you could tell me a little bit about like who would be a good candidate for this program? Is it like, are you looking for single fathers or fathers like immigrants, or like who are you looking for specifically? Is there like I guess kind of not really a profile. I don't know if that's the best word.
Yeah, so we do have some eligibility requirements that we need to meet because we are federally funded. We do need to make sure that we are in compliance with our grant so that we can continue to receive that money and continue to support our families. So fathers who are 18 years or older, and fathers who have a child that is 18 years or younger, and fathers who live in Prince George's County are eligible. And also, if a father has an active child support case in Prince George's County, then they are also eligible to participate in our program.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And how can people get involved with?
Sure. So eligible fathers can reach out to us using our multiple communication platforms. We have social media that we are checking regularly. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and even LinkedIn. So you can like us, follow our page, send us a message directly on those platforms, and we'll get back to fathers or families within 24 to 48 hours. Our handle is A Father's Place, PGC. PGC Prince George's County. And then apart from our social media platforms, the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, people can also reach out to us using our website. Our website is the acronym for A Father's Place, Prince George's County. It's www.afppgc.org. And you can learn a little bit more about our program, meet our team, and then also send us a message on there as well. And then lastly, if those forms are not as convenient, fathers can just straight up pick up the phone and text us or call us. And our number is 833-PGC-DADS. And I think that is 833-742-3237.
Awesome. Awesome. And what other resources do you recommend for fathers?
That's a great question, Carrie. Well, currently right now, we're a new program, but we still are connected in the community. And we work closely with the Hope Project. They're an information technology training program dedicated to providing technical training and development because we do know skills. Those skills are important for a time when the IT field is ever so rapidly growing. We work with a nonprofit, CAFI. The acronym stands for Community Advocates for Family Youth, and they work with families that are experiencing domestic violence and intimate partner violence. The Child Support Administration. We have a relationship with BTST, which stands for Better Tomorrow Starts Today, which is a mental health agency. And we also work closely with Employ Prince George's County, which is a workforce intelligence and solutions for job seeker and business. And our partnerships are continuously growing, and we always look forward to making a new connection. And unless Fariha, are there other resources? Or I think that I cover the important ones.
Yeah, I think you covered all of the wonderful organizations that we're currently partnered with. Some additional resources that we also have are some incentives for our fathers if they're experiencing any challenges because we're virtual and we provide data cards to accommodate that need. We also have Visa gift cards for completing our program, and we award those at the end of our program as well.
Oh.
But yeah, you covered everything, Aria.
Perfect.
Wow. Great. That is excellent. Glad to know about A Father's Place. I thank you all for just sharing the information. If you don't mind, Fariha, if giving the website one more time so people can have it.
Sure. So it is www.afppgc.org.
All right, awesome. I understand about the long names in the different websites. Ours is pgcmls.info. So all the time we have to take time to go over that. I thank you all for tuning in. And I also want to thank our guests, Fariha and Ariel. Thank you. Thank you for the work that you're doing. And thank you for taking the time to stop by PGCMLS and tell our customers about this wonderful resource.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Carrie, and we appreciate it.
No problem. If you are interested in starting a nonprofit or would like to search grant opportunities, please visit our website. I'm going to give it to you one more time. It is PGCMLS.info, and that's just for Prince George's County Memorial Library System. And just go under resources and check out Foundation Directory Online Essential. Also, we have different hubs for seniors, veterans, and workforce development. So you can add that on to your list of resources and things to check out. Also, don't forget to check out our PGCMLS YouTube channel to view some of our older and archived programs. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.